Good morning everyone. Welcome to the session on IBPS Clerk Prelims 2018 and continuing with the question types on alphabet and letter reasoning. Today we are going to do the third session on this topic. So as I discussed earlier with you, if you look at a comparison between the PO prelims and the clerk prelims, the reasoning section, one difference that you can clearly see that in the clerical examination there are questions from alphabet and letter reasoning. Different types of questions are there, right, which have earlier come in the PO exams also, but mainly now we can see them in the clerk exam, around 2 to 3 questions around from alphabet and letter reasoning. Already we have done 2 sessions on alphabet and letter reasoning and we have covered some very important concepts of this topic. Here, one is based on number positions, and then we have also looked at the letter and number pattern based questions in alphabet and reasoning 2. And this is the third session on alphabet and letter reasoning, and in this session we are going to look at number letter series, a very frequently asked question type in most aptitude examination. So the goal of the class would be to understand the letter number series questions and then mainly develop the strategy and understanding how to solve the question by observing the examples that are going to be discussed here. Okay, so through problem discussion mainly we are going to develop your concept in this topic. So starting with the first question here, find the letter number combination that will come in place of the question mark in the particular question here. So let's look at this question here. So here we have A1D and then we have E3H. So in the question on letter and numbers, we have both letters and digits given to us, and there is sometimes a relationship between the letters and the digits. Sometimes the letters follow a separate logic and the digits follow a separate logic. That's for us to figure out while solving the questions in the examination, how the letters and the digits are related. Are the letters following a separate logic and the digits following a separate logic? Or we can say that the letters and digits have a common, you can say, relationship. The digits are derived using the letters or digits are separate. Let's say in this example we have A and we have D here. So what is missing in between them? You can see what is missing in between this A, B, C. So basically we are moving 2 steps forward, A, B, C, and then we go to D. Same thing can be seen in E and H also. So we have E, F, G, H, right? E, F, G, H, and then I and L, again we have a gap of 2 letters, J and K, so I, J, K, L, and M and P, again we have a gap of 2 letters here, N, O. So that's the common logic here. And if you look at the D and E, so there can be a link between these 2 letters also. So D and E are consecutive, H and I are consecutive, L and M are consecutive. So the number which should come in the place, the combination that should come in the place of the question mark. Here again P and the next letter should be the consecutive letter to P. So what is the consecutive letter to P? Q, right? Alright, so that's one thing. Now there should be a gap of 2 letters, so Q, R, S, and then what will come here? T. So now what is left for us to decide is what will be the digit that will come in the center. So if you look at the numbers here, 1, 3, 5, 7, you can see the numbers are following their own logic. That is that these numbers are consecutive. So what do we say about them? They are consecutive odd numbers. So they are consecutive odd numbers. 1, 3, 5, 7, next odd number is 9. Okay, so what will come in between Q and T? 9. So what is the answer? The answer is Q9T, and this is a basic introduction to the kind of question that can come from letter number series. See, in the mathematics section of the examination, that is a PO or clerk examination, in the mathematics section you can find that there are 5 questions from number series, where a series is given to you and one number in the series is missing. That number you have to find out from the given answer options. Sometimes in a question of number series which come mainly in the mathematics part, the quantitative part of the examination, We also get a wrong number series question in which a series is given to you and one number is wrong. You have to find out which number is wrong. However, the letter number series question come in the reasoning section of the examination, not in the mathematics section. And here a series is created by a combination of letters and numbers. Alright. So this is the introduction to the topic, and we have seen how we approach most of the questions from this topic. Next, look at this question here. Find the odd one out in the series given below. So which is the odd one out? So in series questions sometimes we can have odd one out also, and here we don't have digits, only letters are there. So what is the odd one out here? If you look at the letter combinations AE, IE, EG, OU and UA, clearly the odd one out here without any doubt is EG. Why EG is the odd one out? Because in EG we have one vowel and one consonant, whereas in all the other combination of letters we have both vowels, A and ER vowels, I and ER vowels. So something as simple as this can also be a question. O and U are also vowels, and so are U and A. So which is the odd one out? The third one, which is a combination of vowel and consonant. It does not contain two vowels, it contains one vowel and one consonant. That is why the odd one out here is EG. Next we will go to the next question. Find the odd one out in the series given below. So again another question based on odd one out. Let us look at this question and see what is happening here. So D and I, J O, S Y, X C, H M. How are these letters related? So two letters are there in every combination. So look at D and I. What is the link between D and I? So see, look at the letters between D and I. What do we have in between them? E is there, F is there, G and H are there. So 4 letters are there between D and I. So D and I have a gap of 4 letters. Look at J and O. You will see between J and O also we have 4 letters. So we have K, L, M, N. Similarly between S and Y, how many letters are there? T, U, V, W, X. 5 letters are there. Look at X and C, Y, Z, and continue after Z. So we get what? A and B. Look at H and M, I, J, K, L. So in all of the other letter combinations there is a gap of 4 letters between them, but in S and Y there is a gap of 5. That is why the odd one out here very clearly is SY. Clear? So this is another example of an odd one out question, and all these questions are based on what? Understanding of the English alphabet. That is why we call them as alphabet based reasoning questions in examination. Let us look at this fourth question here. So here we have A3B. So we have to find out the next combination which should come in place of the question mark. So this is more like a series question itself. So we have the first number here, first combination here A3B, then followed by E11F. Next we have Q35R. Next we have to find out what will come here. Right? We are looking for basically 3 things: 2 letters and 1 number. 3 things you have to find out. What letter should come in the first, what letter should come in the end, and what is the number in between. Clearly you can see here that A is the first letter of the English alphabet and B is the second letter of the English alphabet, right. When you add 1 plus 2, you get 3, which is the letter number in between is 3. So we get A3B. Now the question is, how do we get E? And why do we have E here? Is it random or there is some logic behind this? Okay. We are going 3 places actually B, C, D. So we are going plus 3. B we go plus 3. So it's C, D, E is the third letter from B. And we know E is the fifth letter and F is the sixth letter. 5 plus 6 is equal to 11. And that is how we get the number in the center, 11. Clear? So it's very clear that the number in the center is the sum of the positional value of the letters on the left and right. The question is, how do we go from F to Q? How many letters are there between F and Q? So G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. Right? Q is the 11th letter from F. What are we doing here? Plus 11. So can you see a link here now? The center number here is 3, and so we are doing plus 3. B plus 3 is E. The central number here is 11, so we are doing F plus 11. So we get Q. Q is the 17th letter, O, P, Q. So Q is 17th letter and R is the 18th letter. Sum of 17 and 18 gives you 35, and that is how you get the middle number here, 35. Now R plus 35 gives you Z. So if you start counting from R, you go to Z, and again you start from A and then go on, you will get Z, and the next consecutive letter to Z is A. The positional value of Z is 26. The positional value of A is 1. So 26 plus 1 is 27. That is how we get the number in the center. So what is the number in the center? 27. So what will be the answer then? The answer will be Z27A. Clear? That's the answer for the fourth example here. What should come in the place? So this was of slightly higher difficulty, although we can solve it very quickly by the answer options, but keep in mind that the answer option, none of these is also there, right? So slightly advanced in terms of concept based on the previous 3 examples. Let's go to the next question here. Find out the correct letter pair from the alternative given in the answer choices below, which have the same relation, which denote, not donate, it should be denote, the same relationship among the group of letters as established between the sets at the top. That means basically we have Z, Y, X and C, B, A. There is some common relationship between the two, and the same common relationship should be between W, V, U and the 3 letters here. So what is the common relationship between Z, Y, X and A, B, C? You see, A is the first letter from the beginning. From the right hand side we start A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So A is the first letter, B is the second letter and C is the third letter. So 1, 2, 3, and from the left end, that is from Z, if you count, Z is the first letter, Y is the second letter and X is the third letter. So they have the same positional values with respect to each other. Okay, A, B, C, Z, Y, X. Also, if you want to understand it in more detail, what you could also do is to understand the concept of opposite letters, because opposite letters we have discussed earlier also, and opposite letters are very common as question types in exam. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, and then we reverse from N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. So you can see here how are Z, Y and X related here. Z, Y, X, reverse, write down A, B, C, but write down in reverse. Clearly then we have W, V, U also. W, V, U, you get D, E, F, but we should write D, E, F in the reverse. So what will be the answer? D, E, F. Clear? So that will be your answer. W, V, U will be related to which 3? D, E, F. based on the concept of opposite letters and the relationship between Z, Y, X and A, B, C. So the answer here will become D, F, E, D, F, E, D. Alright, let's move to the next question here. Find out the correct letter pair from the alternative given below, which have the same relationship among the group of letters as established between the sets at the top. So again the same question type. We have here A, B, C and then linked with W, X, Y. How do we link E, F, G and what will be the letter combination that should come here? So again this question is also based on the concept of opposite letters. So opposite letters is a very important concept in reasoning. In coding decoding it has many uses, then we also use the concept of opposite letters in alphabet and letter reasoning. So let's look at the opposite letters once again. Quickly I'll write down here A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, and then from M we reverse here N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y and Z. Now look at A, B, C. And how are A, B, C related to W, X and Y? Right? You can see here C is linked to W, so write C, W, B, X and A, Y, and then we write in reverse here W, X, Y. Leave one letter and draw the arrow here. A will be linked to Y, B to X and C to W, and then write it in reverse, it will become W, X, Y. So same thing if we do with E, F, G, what will happen? E will be linked with U, F will be linked with T and G will be linked with S, and then we write it in reverse, it becomes S, T, U. So what is our answer? S, T, U. That's answer option D. Two questions we have seen, both based on the concept of opposite letters. Opposite letters, letter positions are very useful. In the first session of alphabet and letter reasoning also we have seen the concept of opposite letters, and here again we are using the same concept in letter number series. So although the question type is different from what we have discussed in session 1 and 2, some of the concepts are same. That is why all of these are grouped under one concept of alphabet and letter reasoning type questions. Okay, so now we look at the previous session contest question which I had discussed in the alphabet and letter reasoning session 2, right? And there this contest question was given to you. How many such pairs of letters are there in the word execution, each of which has as many letters between them in the word as they have between them in the English alphabet? Clear? How many such pairs of letters are there in the word execution? So this type of question has been a very common question in exams, okay? And earlier if you look at 2011 up to 2012 you can see every paper, even for the PO paper, it always used to be a part of the examination. This is the question from alphabet and letter reasoning. We are looking for such pairs of letters which have the same gap between them. So think of it like this, no? The gap should be same. Let's find out one pair and that will make it clear to you. So E, what should come after E? F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M. So we are not getting any letter which should come in the same sequence with E. Now X, if you have X here, there is no letter above X on the right hand side of X, so we cannot go from left to right. So first we always go from left to right while solving such questions. So E, F, G, H, I. So one such pair is E and I. Now let's understand the meaning of this question. Already I have discussed earlier also, but I will just discuss it once again so that it is completely established with you what this question means. So if you write the letters in the English alphabet, clear? Not write everything, just write, okay, E, X, Y, Z. Look at this letter E here and look at this letter I, and look at the same two letters in the English alphabet and you will see how many letters are between them in the English alphabet, 3, and how many letters are between them in this word, 3. That is what the question is asking you, each of which has as many letters between them in the word as they have between them in the English alphabet. So, number of letters between the two letters in the word should be same as the number of letters between the two letters in the English alphabet, clear. So, one pair we have already got, that is E and I, that is when we are going from left to right, and then we go to C, C, D, E, F, G, H, we do not have anything here, T, there is nothing bigger than T, I, J, so from left to right only one pair is there. Now, let us go from right to left, N, O, immediately we get one pair, N, O, N and O, clear. N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, nothing is coming in the order. So, with O also nothing will come, then we go to I, J, K, L, M, N, O, nothing is there, T, U, one more pair we have got, T, U, and then we have T, U, V, T, U, V, W, X, that means we also have T and X, and now we have got 4 pairs, no need to find anything further, straight away the answer will become more than 3. If you want to find the other pairs also, you can see T, U is there, T, X is there, that means U, X will also be there, that is 5, clear, and then C, D, E, E, F, G, X, so total 5 are there, T, X is there, T, U is there, and then U, X also there, U, V, W, X, clear. So, we have got so many different letter combinations, but we just need to understand that there are more than 3. Once we know that there are more than 3, that is done, we can mark the answer as E. Since it is a very important question, I have discussed it in detail with you, and now we will continue with the questions on letter number series. But before that, the contest question for the day today, what letter number combination should come in place of the question mark in the series given below. Just now we have seen how to solve a series based question, right. We find the relationship between the letters that are there, and based on that relationship we have to find out what will come in the place of the question mark. So use your understanding of alphabets and letters that you are already familiar with, use your general intelligence, right, and your IQ, and find out what will come in place of the question mark in the letter series given below. Post your answer and the combination that should come, post that in the comment section. I will be discussing the solution for this contest question in my next session of alphabet and letter reasoning, that will be session number 4, clear. So, solve the contest question and post the answer in the comment section. For now, we will continue with the discussion on alphabet and letter series, the remaining question types, to understand what else can come in the examination from alphabet letter series. So, again we have an odd one out question. Find the odd one out from the answer options below, clear. So, we have here Z, we have Y, and we have D, and then we have Z, Y, X, W, F. The third one is Z, Y, X, W, V, U, T, H, and finally we have Z, Y, X, W, V, G. So, how are this related? Now, we can see clearly that these are all consecutive letters from the left hand side. That means, when we start from Z, what comes after Z? Y, then what comes X, then W, then V, then U, then T. These are all consecutive letters from the left end of the English alphabet that we say from starting from Z. So, what we do, how do we solve? Which is the odd one out here? Let us do one thing. See, Z is the first letter from the left, Y is the second letter from the left. So, third letter from the left should come here, but instead what is coming is the fourth letter from the right, fourth from the left hand. So, that means not the see, Z is the first letter from the right end, that is A to Z, right. So, starting from Z, if we count 1, 2, then what should come? 3 should come, but what is coming? Fourth from left, that is from A. A, B, C, D, fourth from the left end, that is starting from A. Okay, let's look at the next one, Z, Y, X, W, F. So we have first letter, second, third, fourth. So what should come here? Fifth should come. But what is actually coming here? The sixth from left. Sixth from left, that means when we start from A, the positional value of F is 6. Similarly, here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is 8th. What should come here? 9th should come. What should come here? This is 5 plus 1, 6, 3 plus 1, 4. So 8 plus 1, 9. 9th from left should come in this place. Now is H the 9th from left, which is the 10th letter. Now this also trick I have already given to you in the first session itself, that while solving questions on alphabet and letters, remember the word bijoti, where B is 2, E is 5, J is 10, O is 15, T is 20 and Y is 25. See, J is 10, so H, I, J, H is 8th from the left. H is not 9th from the left. That is why this is the odd one out. This is not following what the other two are following, so straight away the answer will become C. Clear? That's the concept, that's a way of solving this particular question of letter alphabet series. Now let's go to the next question. It is again based on finding the odd one out from the answer options below. So here we have A, B, C, D, V, very similar to the previous question. First let's write down here A, B, C, D, V. Then we have A, B, X. Then we have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, S. Finally we have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, O. Clear? So just correct this B here. Alright. So let's again start by the positional values of A. So A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, D is 4. What is V? T, U, V. So T is 20, U is 21, V is 22. Let's write down 22. Okay, let's do it for the other ones also. A is 1, B is 2. What is X? X, Y, Z. So that's X is 24. What is the common link between the first and second? You can look at the last two letters. What is 4 plus 22? That is 26. Okay. And what is 2 plus 24? That is also 26. That means in the first as well as second, the positional value of the last two letters are adding up to 26. That's a common string between the first and second. So same thing should be happening with the third one also. Let's try it out. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't have to write all of this. We can directly write down the value of H, but just to show you 7, 8. And what is S? S is 19, because you see T is 20. In bijoti T is 20. So S is 19. 8 plus 19. What do we get here? 8 plus 19 is 27. It's not 26. So this is the odd one out. It's not following the logic or the property that the other two were following. So the odd one out becomes C here. Okay. There are various ways in which questions from letter and alphabet reasoning can be asked. In series also, these are all series actually. Look at the odd one out in the series, that also can be as options given to you. Clear? And then let's look at the 9th question here. What should come in place of the question mark in the series given below? So we have here A3C, A3C, and then we have E11G, and then we have I19 and K, and then we have O31Q, and then what comes here? So again very simple, these series questions, not too complicated. Just look at this. A is 1, C is 3. So what happens when you add them? When you add them it becomes 4, but then 4 minus 1 equal to 3, that's how we get 3. That is one way to link them. Now let's look at E. Is the same property followed here or not? Clear? So what is E's position value? E's position value is 5, and so G will be 7, and 5 plus 7 is 12, and then 12 minus 1 is equal to 11. So now we know how we are getting the middle number. What the only thing we have to see is there any link between C and E? How do we get E from C? So we go plus 2. C D E. So C D E we are going plus 2. Fine, that's understood. Now is the same link there between G and I? G H I. So that's yes is plus 2, and we know that I is the, so that just to verify, I is the 9th letter and K is the 11th letter, and we know that 9 plus 11 is 20, and 20 minus 1 is 19, and K L M N. So we are going 3 forward now. So we are going plus 2 plus 2. So we are going plus 3. I J K L M N O. So we have gone 4 forward. In fact, L M N O. So we are going plus 4. Okay. So we have gone plus 2 plus 2. This is plus 4. So that's why it's very important that we check whether the same plus 2 is happening everywhere or not. It's not happening. Here it's happening plus 4. So if 2 times we have plus 2 then plus 4. So this last one also should be plus 4. But before we do that, just verify this in between logic is also consistent or not consistent. Okay. So O is the 15th letter of the English alphabet, and O P Q, this is 17th, and 15 plus 17 is 32, and 32 minus 1 is 31. So this aspect is consistent throughout. So all we have to find out now is Q plus 4. So Q R S T U, U will come here, okay, and O P Q. So we are going 2 forward from O and Q. So U V W. So W will come here. Okay. Now the position value of U is how much? U is the 21st letter, and then U V W, that is W is the 23rd letter of the English alphabet when we start counting from A being 1, and 21 plus 23 is equal to 44, and then 44 minus 1 is equal to 43. So the number in between should be 43. So the answer becomes U 43 and W. Clear? That's the 9th question that we have discussed today from the series, and the method of solving the question so that you can focus on understanding the concepts. Okay. Now let's move to the 10th question here. Complete the series by replacing the question mark. So what combination of letters, there are no numbers here, what combination of letters must come in the place of the question mark in the series given below? So we have here Z A J, then we have Y B K, X C L, W D M, and then we have question mark here. Okay. So you see here, one quick way of solving this question without worrying too much is just look at each letter. Each letter is following a separate logic here, right? Okay. For example, Z, Y, X, W are consecutive, right? W, X, Y, Z. So what should come next to W then? Very simple. Okay, let's see here. We need 3 letters here. So what should come here? V. You can see here V, W, X, Y, Z. That's done. Similarly, A is also following, the middle letter is also following a series of its own, A, B, C, D, E. So what should come here? E. So V, E. 2 answer options are having V, E. So let's check the next one. J, K, L, M, N. So what is your final answer? V, E, N. So answer becomes A. So letter based series questions are not very difficult. Basic understanding of letters and the positional value of letters, the sequence of letters, the gap between letters, overall understanding of the English alphabet, and then sometimes working with the digits and looking at the sequence of digits can help you solve the questions on letter number series. So in today's session we have discussed various types of questions from letter series, odd one out, finding the next combination of letters in the series, or the next combination of letters and digits in the series using different types of concepts like concepts of opposite letters, and positional value of letters. So now the time for the CPP, the class practice pack. So those who have passport access, once you get the sound, you will start solving the questions from the CPP. There are 10 questions based on letter number series that are there in the CPP. The question that most of you will get wrong, I will be discussing in my next session of alphabet and letter reasoning. So best of luck to you, and thank you for watching the video.